We are in the middle of the worst refugee crisis since the Second World War. People are fleeing human rights abuse, persecution, and violence in countries like Syria, Iran, and Afghanistan. Syria's crisis is in its 5th year. There is no end in sight. Nearly 14 million Syrian refugees still need help as they try to escape, and more than half the population are trying to reach Europe. There is little hope of returning home.
My name is Mohammed Shannon. I'm from Syria.
My name is Majdi Al-Qasim from Syria.
Mohammed, a photographer from Aleppo, took these photographs. He was arrested while studying at university and was forced to flee his homeland. He was sent to Coventry, the city of peace and reconciliation.
I'm missing my family. That's all. It's hard to live alone here, and especially everyone in Europe. I don't know. I'm missing my family. That's all. I moved to here for a lot of reasons, but the main one, they want me to join the army. They arrested me just to join the army, and especially my age, if you are 20 years old or 24 years old, so they will arrest you. They'll take you from the street or from your house just to join the army. So I was a photographer, and they arrested me because I'm a photographer, and they told me, taking photos what happening in Syria, the real truth. So they made me like terrorist, and I was taking just romantic photos and for couples. It's famous that if any couples want to take a photo, so they will call me. I was famous there in Syria, and I was making money. I was earning money from that. If you are taking photos, you are not Muslim. They said they are Muslims, and if you are taking photo, so you are not a Muslim. And the regime, they arrested me because I'm a photographer. They said you are terrorists as well, and there is a lot of part Syrian Free Army. They are looking for persons. They are living in the regime's area just to take him. They will make him terrorist as well. So everyone, they will make you terrorist. They will want you to join the army. They will give you a gun and just go and fight. That's all. So I can't live there. There is no safe place in Syria, especially for me, for all ages. I left him in Syria. Just my brother, my big brother. He's got now a baby, so he left to Turkey. And they want him to join the army as well. He did the army before. He did his service before, but he want him to do it again, just because there is a war now. And if you have a baby or if you got married or anything, they'll give you a gun again and just go and fight.
Everything destroyed. This war. It's take about now we start in the six years of war. I finish my study in university. After that, because of the war, I don't find anything in the future for me, like working as a teacher, something like this, because I finished English literature in Syria, and I married about 6 months. After 6 months, I left my wife in Syria and go out. I miss my family, of course, because I left my wife pregnant 6 months, and before 17th of June I have a child, and until now I don't see him, and he's grow now.
What did you name him?
Jad. Yeah. Nobody go out, and this I think powerful countries in all the world, if they want to stop this war, they can stop it. I don't want to leave my country, but after that the war take a long time. We thought this war is maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but 4 years and nothing, and no what I can say, no sign that the war maybe end in 1 year or months or something like this. The situation become worse and worse every year. We thought that this war maybe in 2 years, 3 years, but year after year become worse and worse. And now 6 years.
I was going up in the shop, from the shop. I was hearing like a loud voice, and just I was looking up. When I'm looking up, I saw that like airplane. It was bombing, and it was bombing just near of me. So like 100 yards far of me. So it's really new to me. And then I've seen the people in the street. They are dying. A lot of people dying, and the cars burning. So I was running. I don't know where I'm going. My family just calling me because they are knew where I am now, and they was trying to call me, and I don't know what's happening with me. I was running and running and running, and I don't know. I can't imagine that again. So it's really hard.
No, nothing. And wait until maybe your house destroy, your kills in this war, because aircraft send bombs every time in Syria. Any place, any city, they can anytime maybe you killed.
It's not only safety that is needed. Once they have reached the UK, refugees are left feeling lost and vulnerable as they struggle to resettle in a strange and unfamiliar place. Khurshid Drabu, a retired senior immigration judge, moved to the UK 45 years ago. He was appointed CBE in 2010 for his work on community cohesion.
When you are judging the cases, you ask yourself, in those conditions where lives are threatened, for whatever reason, would I not do the same thing for my family, for my little children? The world belongs to everybody. It doesn't belong to nations, right? And because the world belongs to everybody, should I have the right to regulate entry of people who are fleeing persecution? And I have to ask myself the question, why is this persecution happening? Why would somebody want to leave his home, go thousands of miles, create huge risks for himself and his family, go overseas in boats and dinghies, get to this place, and then there is somebody here sitting in judgment and saying, no, you're not required here, you're not needed here, we don't allow you. The laws are very tough, and we as judges are required, we have to take an oath of compliance, allegiance. We have to apply those laws, no matter how I feel. But that makes it very difficult, because you are a human being, you have your own feelings, but at the same time you are constrained by law.
So my family take the decision to leave Syria, and they book a ticket for me to go to Turkey. So Turkey is not Europe, so it's near to Syria. If they want to see me, I can go to. Came to see me. So I went to Lebanon and then to Turkey. I've left Syria on 25th of April, and I came to here at 10th of October. I went to Turkey first. I was working there. I make some money, just a little bit of money, but the situation there, it was really hard. They'll let you work for 17 hours a day. I was working for 17 hours a day for just maybe £5 a day. So it's bad work and bad situation. They'll like you are slaves. If you are Syrian, you are a slave. So and the situation at the end was very bad. So my family decided they told me just go to Europe. You can study, you can find your new life, you can build a new life. At first I went to Greece, and then I moved to France, and I went to Calais in France, and I had to catch the train. I caught the train. It was coming to here, and I was dying. When I was running to catch the train, he was going as well. So I was running to catch him, and I've fall down. I broke my hand, and I've tried again, and I've caught the train, and I've been here.
I'm staying in city. The name of this city, Idlib. It's near a border of Turkey. I moved to Turkey at that time, and after that to Croatia. Croatia catch me and put me in prison about 3 months. 3 months in prison because I'm coming illegal way in this country. I don't know this country in Europe before, really. After that, they told me you must go out. We don't know. We don't want to know where you will go, but you must go out. After that, I'm going to Italy, French, France, Belgium, and after that UK. I have my experience in Croatia. They don't accept me. They don't want refugees. They don't dealing with the refugees in the way was human. They always said refugees. It's not like anyone from this country. It's little. I don't know what's in English. Low, not like other. They don't give rights for human rights, and maybe in that country for my child or for my girl in the future not safe. If that's safe, I will stay. No problem for me. That's what happened. Why I am searching for country save human rights.
A lot can be done, because when you are a foreigner in a country and you have fled persecution, you have to accept that you're coming into a different environment. Customs are different, expectations are different. In countries like Syria, or for that matter even my back home country, it's all right to hang up washing outside, okay? Spit on the floor as you're walking past on the roadside. Have a pan and spit it out. It's not, God forbid, it's not awful, but these are not matters that can get you credit. Asylum seekers need proper orientation once they are allowed entry. They have got to be told what is expected of them, what their rights are, what their responsibilities are. Not just focus on their rights, but also tell them what their responsibilities are. Because that is the only way that people who have to live next to asylum seekers will find that these are human beings who are conforming to their expectations and regulations.
I'm searching for a country who believe in human rights, who believe a place safe for me and for my family, for my wife, for my child. I want a country I can live there, complete my study, works, safe for me and for my child.
The only way to survive in this country, or for that matter anywhere in this world at the moment, is if you adhere to democratic principles, ensuring that you don't compromise on faith, right? But you give people the voice, which Allah has given to all of us, men as well as women. I find it shocking that some of the Muslim countries that we have in this world at the moment are blind to the rights of women. It is so perverted, their sense of Islam is so stupid. I have no words to describe it. But in this country, at least we have the freedom to do as we like, pray as we like, and have rights of citizenship, as we should have. We as a community have got to take responsibility as well. If there are, and there have been, there has been a huge influx of refugees from Muslim countries. What are Muslims in this country doing for them? Nothing. There are hundreds of children, Muslim children, who need places for fostering. And Muslims do not volunteer adequately for adoption or fostering.
Sue Sampson set up Coventry-based charity Carriers of Hope 7 years ago. She has helped refugees settle into the city.
These were people fleeing all kinds of difficulties in their own countries, whether that's a personal difficulty like domestic violence, or whether it's a persecution for political reasons, or economic reasons. For whatever reason they felt they needed to flee their home country. So we have 45 different countries that the asylum seekers and refugees are coming from. It's so hard for people to get jobs in this country that actually value the experience and skills and qualifications that they had in their own countries. The more people we can get actively working in society will bring more people in contact with asylum seekers and refugees, and will do an awful lot to combat the prejudice that they experience. Each one of our families have probably got stories about how they have been discriminated against in some way, or made to feel second-class citizens. And they're just very strong, very courageous people who smile and try and break down those anti-feelings by being kind back and accepting back. Their life is not good in this country, and I say to them, why do you stay? Why would you not go back? And the answer usually is because it's still better here. Even though it seems to me dire, it's better than what they've escaped from.
What should the British people do to embrace refugees and asylum seekers?
Understand more why they came, respect them more for what they've been through, love them more for the fact that they're fellow human beings and they're our brothers and sisters, and just not class them all together as a homogenous group, but see them as a set of individuals, each with their own story.
While Germany has taken in over 1 million refugees, the UK has only accepted 1,000. Like Majdi, many refugees do not want to come to Europe. They are left with no other choice.
I ask myself, what would I do if I was living in this country, born here, brought up here, and had a history, had a heritage in this country? Would I be happy if I suspected that people who have dodgy affiliations, would I be happy for them to come here and cause a risk of bombing and, acts of violence? My answer would be yes. We have to make sure that the security of the country comes first. But at the same time, we shouldn't get, carried away. It should be evidence-based. If there is anybody who has evil designs or whose past is evil, don't let him in. I have no problem. People come here because they have no option. What we have to make sure is that our country does not engage in acts which create turmoil in the world. Because when we do that, then we have to pay the price. And as a small country, we can't afford it.
I hope the war in Syria finish and return to my country. That's when my country is safe and everything is good. I can work, my child can study now. Almost schools in Syria destroyed. Almost. Like 90-80% destroyed in Syria. No schools for children.
This country is a very tolerant country. Very tolerant country. And the judges have reflected generally the public opinion and the public interest in this country. There are times when the governments have been legislating very draconian laws, bringing them about. But when they come to be interpreted before the courts, the judges take a reasonably liberal view and implement those laws in a just and fair manner. So that's the beauty of this country.
When everything is good, I can stay in safe way, I can find a job, my child can study. Why I stay here? Syria, my country. This like a period in my life. It's not all my life in UK. I want to come back to my country.
The people here, they are helpful. If you need anything, they will give you, they will help you. Really appreciate that. You can depend on yourself, you can build a new life, you can make a new life, you can take your decisions. I want to build my new life here. I want to be a doctor, or I want to work like my career. I want to be a photographer and doctor as well. I want to study, I want to work, I want to build my new life, get married. So I want to build my new life depending on myself. So just to make my family proud of me. So that's all.
Why a slow death in a strange country if you can die on the threshold of your own house? Refugees don't exist. Only blown away people exist. People blown by the wind all over the world.